Well, there's going to need to be a leadership element. And that's the one thing that I'm going to look at for Julian the most is he's a young guy. He was first time playing a lot. And Lincoln grew up with a lot of these guys that are third-year players. Like they've played together. They've seen him. Like you mentioned the Iron Buckeye status and what he brings to the table, and he's been around him. That one thing I think Schlegs, when put together at noon on next Saturday, I'm not worried about Julian Sayin throwing the football. I'm worried about Julian Sayin the field general. What does that look like? How is he able to fill into that role? How does he respond when he may put a pass in the dirt? How does he respond, Schlegs, when he gets his ass knocked off and gets hit and like the line blew a protection, maybe he missed the blitz, whatever. Like when you get smoked, have a bad play, how does it look after that? That is one of the things that I'm really trying to figure out because you just don't know. You don't know until you see. You can speculate. And I know Lincoln hasn't played as much, but I've seen a little bit more out of Lincoln. You've watched him go through the crucible a little bit. I always say you can't train toughness in November.
Can't do it. In
the offseason. I've watched Lincoln Keenholz for a couple of years now go through this. I've watched the evolution. I've seen him pressed up against, his deepest like fears in life. What are your deepest fears, folks? Suffocating to death in your own oxygen because you can't breathe, just being worked to death and not being able. And like when you have to find out a little bit about yourself. Hey, out of sight, get out of my own mind. I got to focus on the task at hand. I can focus on leading these guys. I need to focus on my performance. It doesn't matter if I can't breathe at all. It doesn't matter if I was thrown up in a trash can 2 minutes ago. Get your crap together and let's go saddle up. And so you've seen that. Not that I'm saying Julian can't do that, but it's one thing you've seen smaller sample sizes of him. And that is what is going to need to be there when it's not, dude, I don't need to see you how good you can throw a 40-yard touchdown pass. I know Julian Sayin can do that. It's how good are you when you're facing a 3rd and 12 and it's loud and everything's going on. Can you settle it down and steady everybody out and be able to kind of push forward at that moment?
Yep. And go get tough yards to move it, extend a drive, right? I mean, offense is number one responsibility. Take care of the football and get 2 first downs. However you got to do it, that's what you got to do. And so can we see him do it? And those things will be answered. And I'm with you on Lincoln and all those things. I mean, it's 18 months versus 2.5 years, Bob. Like that is the thing, right? It's like 18 months, 2.5 years. But we'll see. And you know what? We'll see because I'm going to trust the attacking national champion coach that made the decision. So excited to watch it play out.
It'll be good. Listen, man, I'm Julian Sayin.
And this is how it starts doesn't mean it's how it finishes.
Well, and one thing is true. Like people are like, "Wow, you like this guy versus that guy." I've just seen more of them, so I feel more comfortable with some of the decisions. That's why Ryan makes, the big. That's why he sits Schlegs. That's why he sits in the big chair because he's got to make those decisions, and then you've got to own those decisions moving forward. And like you and I, there may be some guys that we like and you want to see play, but at the end of the day, I always tell you, I want what's best for the program. I want what's best for the individual guys too, but I want the best players to go out there and play. My favorites don't matter. Like I want to see the guys who deserve to be on the field and have worked hard and have put themselves in a position to go win. I want to see those guys on the field. And Ryan has tried to do that, as best he can. I mean, all of the coaches as best they can with their evaluations.
Yeah. And you guys are throwing great comments in the chats. Like, I don't think Ryan's going to put somebody in there that wouldn't have the locker room or the respect of the guys in the locker room. But what Bobby's really alluding to is like, there is no coaches standing behind you, right? Like if anybody's coach,
practice, the coach is right behind you. So, hey, I didn't get the call. And they like spit it out or like this happens. Like they're right there. Mom and dad, this is like you're getting dropped off at school, buddy. You're out there now.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what we're talking about, guys. Like there's nobody back there, and these are the situations. And still, even in spring, like you're getting it's not real. It's not live bullets. It's not people screaming. Granted, they're gonna be on offense in the shoot, so it's not gonna be as loud. But it's still there's not the confidence that mom or dad or coach are right beside me and they can like, hey, check this, alert this. Like that's no longer there. But guys, you're absolutely correct. Ryan's not going to throw somebody in there that the guys don't believe in, that he doesn't believe in, simply for the fact of he has more stars than another guy. That's not what he's doing. He feels that this puts his team in the best position to beat Texas week 1, and that's why he made the decision. So the good thing is this, though, and to your point, Bob, like they've already talked about the tightness of that room is they compete hard with one another, but yet they also are each other's biggest advocates and fans. And that's what it is. And that honestly, that's part of embracing the process and finding the joy in what you do and loving what you do, where you do it, and who you do it with, and knowing that every single day I'm going to go out there, try to make myself better, try to make my team better, because when called upon, I'm going to have to go and respond. And that's kind of Lincoln's mindset and why you and I love them. And you did say this, like we want those guys to go out there, Bob, and be able to perform. But there is no, I just want to make sure everybody understands this. There is no deserving. There's only winning.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you guys know. Right, this guy may deserve it, right? And I'm taking a name off it. That guy puts in the work every single day. He deserves it. You don't deserve anything. That's what you should be doing.
So
but we want that person to have success, right? There's a lot of David Adolph. He's a walk-on. Recently got a scholarship, I believe, last year. David Adolph, you would say deserves to play. I watch him in practice. He makes plays. He could start at a lot of big-time programs in the country, especially the MAC, 100%. Does he deserve to play? Yeah, but is he better than the other ones? The answer is no, so he doesn't. Will he get reps? Yeah. But that's the difference here, guys, when we look at Ohio State and people that are deserving and people that are the best. When you go out there and say, here's my best 11, let's go beat this team. I just want you to understand that there is a difference between them.
Well, Schlegs, I believe your guy, Mr. Clint Eastwood, once said, deserving ain't got nothing to do with it.
That's so true. Yes.
And it's very true. It's true. My dad would always say that, like, I deserve this. You very well might. But deserving ain't got nothing to do with it. Play the best, and that's what's going to happen. And we'll see the chips fall where they may and be ready to roll.